quickly. Okay, can you see my screen, everyone? Just I'll talk about it. Okay, so this is the letter that is my template. It's no set template. I've not got it from anywhere. It's the service of statement, statement of service, which I submitted in VTSS, and I got a positive outcome. So I thought, it might be helpful for you guys to be shared here. So your company letterhead as we talk, and then your name. Registration is like, for example, I am from Sindh, Karachi. So my registration as a pharmacist was from the Pharmacy Council of India, Pharmacy Council of Pakistan, Pharmacy Council of Punjab, XYZ, wherever you are, you can just put that in. To be noted here, if you don't want to put up the license, it's not necessary, because the license has nothing to do with the assessment and it's not an important thing. But what happens that it strengthens your application. It tells that, you're serious to be, because you have registered yourself as a pharmacist in your country. So you're a serious, employed pharmacist, or you are serious about your profession. So it makes your application a bit stronger. So I would recommend, if you're registered anywhere in Pakistan or in the region, just put up the registration body there. And you have your pharmacy license number. Every one of you must have it on your pharmacy license. Then employee at XYZ company. For example, let's take Pfizer, for example. Employee at Pfizer, and then you can Pfizer Pakistan, Pfizer India, Pfizer, wherever. Then your designation, for example, you are a QC manager, you are a QA manager, and whatever. Because in my case, it was only one designation, so you might need 2 or more rows or columns to just define your designation and the employment period and employment type. Employment type, which is usually in Pakistan, is a full-time worker. So I'm not 100% sure about the part-time work, but I think you need a full-time work here. Full-time permanent job. All right, then you got an employment period, which is, for example, from 1st of January 2020 to 30th of December 2022. You have to put it here. Salary is usually very important for onshore applicants, but as none of you would be onshore, I believe. So you would just put up, whatever salary, for example, and also do put your, for example, if you're getting an allowance for travel, do put that in, like your gross and your, for example, if someone's salary is, let's say, 75,000 in Pakistan, and your travel allowance is 20,000. So put it up there, put it up as 75,000 gross and then 20,000 travel allowance. Or for example, a very common example that, for example, you were hired on 50,000, and after 6 months, you got an increase of 10,000. So put it up there. Put it up that, hired at 50,000, and after probation period, you got a salary raise and you got it at 75,000. Okay, so put it up. If something like that is in your, in your situation, just put it up there. Then your working hours would be, probably the same, the 5 working days, which is 37 or 38 hours. You have to put the hours in. You can put 38 hours per week, or you like fortnight, or you like, whatever, but easier to make it weeks, because it's easier for everyone to talk in working hours for weeks. And the date of issue of the letter. For example, you're issuing the letter as of today. So you'll put up the date 16th April 2023. Okay, that's absolutely not a definite one that VTSS sees. It's only my my experimental or experience format. So you can use this one, or you can use any other template that you get or you see, but it should fulfill all the points very clearly as mentioned on the on the VTSS website. Because if you put it on the table, what happens that it makes it very easier for for the assessor to see it. Like it's not haphazard, in a table form, in a tabular form. It's very clear that, okay, this person is earning this much, this person's employment period is this from this. So it's a very clear cut picture. So it's up to you. Then you get your job description here. job description, if you have one designation, just put up the bullet points that you do this and you do that, and your responsibility is this. You liaise with XYZ department, for example. You're a product manager and you're liaising with let's say business development and sales and medical affairs people. So do put it out there. Okay. Then the direct reporting, your direct manager, whoever the manager is, just put up his name or her name and their designation and their contact details and the email address. Usually what happens, they don't sorry, they don't contact the reporting managers if if there's no if there's no ambiguity and it's a straightforward thing, your pay slips are clear, your bank statement is clear, they won't feel the need of contacting the reporting manager. But saying that, they can also contact, they'll just send an email first, that this and this person works for you or works on a specific designation. So they can get a direct email, but I haven't heard any one of my friends or the ones who have applied that they haven't received anything like that. And the HR manager, whoever the HR manager is from your from your company, they need to just sign it, and your manager needs to sign it, and you can just submit that services statement. Okay, so that's what I had with what it says, because these are the things that I could come up with right now. Immigration is a separate thing. Your first step is vet assess, to be to clear up the vet assess. I forgot, I think sorry, to mention the payment. Yep. Okay. Excuse me. So you need your pay slips, and your pay slips should be clear in terms of your designation, in terms of the company you're working for, and it should state everything. It should be a nice clean pay slip, a genuine pay slip, and ideally your first and last would be enough to because if you're ongoing and if you're working, you can just say ongoing and just apply for that. Taxation record, I'm not sure how many of you would fall into the tax threshold in Pakistan or any other country, but if you fall in that and if you have tax returns, so that's one of very helpful documents to be submitted. Bank statements, if your bank statement is, for example, mentioning the name of your employer, then they're helpful. Otherwise, it would be pretty hard for the assessor to get those from the bank statements. So attach the bank statements if there's employer name on them. Now, there's a question that most of the people who are paid in cash in Pakistan or any other company. So what you need to do in terms of if you're paid by cash, you need to get another letter from the company on the letterhead, and you need to mention, for example, if you're working from January to December, 1 year, let's say, you have to mention each month, and you have to mention each month's salary and given in cash, and you have to mention on the statement that the person holding designation XYZ was paid in cash, and then has to be signed from either of your finance department or your direct reporting manager or the accounts manager or something like that. So that's the case where you have cash payments from the company. So I know some of the companies in some regions might do that. So just to be clear on that still you need that. If they can make pay slips for you, like for instance any kind of receipts or something, that would be great. But if not, you can still use that template to just claim that you were being paid in cash. Okay. Any questions up to here?
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah.
One question. I've worked in a company for 3 years.
Yep.
They gave me the letter, experience letter for 3 years, but the Vitasys only assessed for 2 years. Why is it?
Yeah, that's that's a bit we can't comment on that. Like, it's a learning body has their own limitations. So what the analogy is, or what the logic is, that after you need 1 year experience after postgrad. Like in some countries, I know there's internships, for example, or stuff like that. But because we are an offshore pharmacist and because we are overseas pharmacists, so we need the 1 year to prove that that was a postgrad sort of internship or something. Because for overseas they won't accept internships. That is the reason that they have to deduct 1 year from the experience. I know many of you might have done, like I think in Pakistan it was that the clinical pharmacy, internships were mandatory or something like that. I'm not sure. It was not when I was there, but still, VETSS will not count that. They need, for overseas pharmacists, they need that 1 year postgrad. That's one thing. But the good thing is that states like Victoria and Western Australia, they'll actually consider your actual experience. They'll not consider the deducted 1 year thing. They'll actually you can claim full points on the actual experience. For example, if you have 3 experience and VETSS have deducted 1 year and give you 2 years experience point, still in Victoria and in Western Australia and I think in South Australia, I need to double check that, but you can actually claim the whole experience. In New South Wales, you can't. New South Wales will only you can only claim points for the assessed period, if that makes sense. Is that clear to you?
Yes, it's clear. Thank you.
Yeah. So I would recommend you go for those states who would where you can claim your actual experience, so that you don't have any regrets of losing 1 year. See, in my
I would
case,
like to add something.
I'm okay to share that. In my case, I actually had 1 year overseas, like 1 year experience onshore, and then I claimed it, and then Victoria invited me. They had no problems. They actually accepted the actual experience. Yes, Muzammil, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I just want to add one thing regarding the text statement.
Mhm.
So, and the thing is that you have mentioned already that one must fall in the text. What is it like, text bracket? But the thing is, like in Pakistan, it's a mandatory thing. If we are not earning that much in Pakistan, like it's 6 lakh now yearly. But the thing is that it's a citizen's obligation that if you are not falling in that thing, for example, you are earning 4 lakh or 3 lakh or 2 lakh per year, but it is still mandatory. You should put it on the text statement, and it will be helpful for the future candidates who are going to apply for VETSS, because that is a third party thing. And
Yep.
meanwhile, for that, for example, you are working from like 2017 or 2018 and you have not filed them, but still you have option now, as you have the right to, what do you say, it is like a tax assessment, but you don't have to pay any kind of tax, but still you are liable to that because you are earning something from that country, and it's up to you. It's your responsibility that you should do the tax assessment,
Yep.
even
Thank you so
if you are not falling in the tax bracket. So I
Yep.
would recommend everyone who is not filing tax returns, do it. And it's very simple thing. You can do it in 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, thank you so much, Muzammil. That's a very important point and very valid point.
And
That even if you don't
regarding that part-time work, you mentioned that, as I have heard it from, and because I was in contact with VETSS, I emailed them 2 or 3 times. I had some queries. So if someone is working part-time, still if it is 20 hours per week, it is accessible from VETSS.
Yes, but I think in most of the cases with overseas pharmacists, they either would be permanent full timers or
Yeah, it's actually I was referring towards a pharmacy technician because I have done that.
So I actually cleared that in the beginning that I'm not a pharmacy technician.
Yeah.
That. So thank you so much for that. That's very helpful for
Yeah.
others. So, in case if anyone is going to that route, so, you can pick it. And the text thing, yes, that's a very valid point. Thanks, Muzammil.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, so no other questions? Or we are all good?
Yes, hello, I've got a question. I don't know if it's the right time to ask, but what kind of, because I'm asking because I'm 40 years old now, and I've got two minds. Is it to apply for industrial pharmacist or try another country where there's no age limit? What are the chances of points? What kind of like, because it's hard to find the information on what points are being chosen at the moment. Because I see my points will be about 80 or 85, depending on my English is out. So I don't know what points are like being chosen. How low are they going in terms of choosing industrial pharmacists?
Yeah,
both for the 190.
The thing is, there's no set points to be, to be invited. Like there's no threshold that 80 to 85 points are being invited or 70, 75 are being invited. That's not, there's no set criteria, or there's no set hard and fast thing for that. But saying that it's the more points you get, the more chances of being invited. So for instance, if there are certain areas where you can secure actually the points, like for example English. If you have a good English, like secure 20 points there, why not? And the states would prefer those who have superior English. So if you can secure 20 points from there, it's well good. If you have, for instance, let's say if you have an experience over 3 years, so it would make your profile more stronger. So I think there's no actually set rule. So but saying that maybe let's say 70, 75, at least you should have it. Like 65 is just eligibility criteria. So you at least have 70, 75 points. And with regional, it's plus 15, so it gives you a good boost. You'll get a good boost there. So it's more chances for you to get
So you say around 75 would be good. Is that what you say? Are you saying around 75 would be good?
Yeah, around 75%. It's not good or bad, but I think at least to start with, like the thing is, as soon as you think that now is the good time to apply for the registration of interest, to register for the ROI, just do it. Then if for instance you register for ROI and then you think, okay, all right, maybe I'll give Nati and then I'll get 5 more points. You can always just withdraw your ROI and do a new ROI. So that's not a problem. But don't miss the chance to you never know, you can get invited as well. Don't miss.
Okay, no, thank you.
No. And one more thing here, that in New South Wales, you can't, if you're applying for New South Wales, you can't apply anywhere else. So keep that in mind. If someone has a plan to apply for New South Wales, so you can't apply in any other states. They need the applicant to only apply in their state. But it's not.
So, sorry to interrupt. Which other state is like kind of favorable for?
South Australia. South Australia is very favorable these days. You can apply.
Okay.
And you can apply. I'm not sure Western Australia. See, you have to go through. To be honest, if you go through the official websites of each state, the criteria is very clear cut. And as soon as you see the criteria, you'll say, okay, I fall in here, I fall in here, I don't fall in here, I don't fall in here. So it's a straight away thing. You can't go wrong with it. So if you choose a state, for example, South Australia, just go on the website, because I can't put up all of the information here in one session. So if you wish to explore the states, and if you wish doing that by yourself, not by through a consultant or something, you can go on the websites. You'll see the information very clear cut. They have sections for overseas applicants. They have sections for offshore applicants, they have section for everything, very clear. So you can get all the information very clear.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Any other questions?
Zehra, thank you for taking us through this extensive process, and I'm really glad I was here in the meeting and got to see everything. So there's just one request, if you can share the presentation, because I saw there were like links in there as well, so we can just go and explore those as well.
To be honest, it's a very raw one, but I'm happy to share. That's not a problem. I'm more than happy to share.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
No worries. Any other question that comes up in anyone's mind? So we're all good. Okay. All right then. I think that's it. I'll wrap it up here, just in case you know, if any one of you have questions. I think most of you are in the groups, and you can ask question. I would respond. I'll try my best to respond as soon as I can. I can't, you know, I can't guarantee you know, as ASAP responses. And one thing which is very important to mention, that please don't take this, you know, this is just an advice, and this is just, you know, the experience that I have. It might be different for different scenarios. It's not necessary. Don't quote me on, you know, on, because I'm not a, you know, an official consultant in terms of, you know, the payment slips, or in terms of let's say, you know, bank statements or XYZ. I can't comment on those things. The things I can comment on, you know, is the experience and the and stuff like that. So I would be more than happy to help in that area, and the rest you can, you know, if you are ambiguous in something, you can go through a consultant if you like, or else it's very easy, to be honest. If you get through the first step, which is the assessment, then it makes it very easy for you to, you know, just apply by yourself. But still, you know, if you need any other, you know, advice, so, you know, you can go to the professionals. That's what I would say. Okay, I think that's all from my side. I have tried to explain in the short period, because I didn't have, you know, I just, because it's Sunday night here, and I just thought, you know, it might be a good idea just to get with everyone who's trying to seek any information. So I hope that was helpful for everyone. And if not, please feel free to, you know, just send a message on the group, and, you know, we'll take it from there. Okay, so I'll sign off from here, and good luck everyone, whoever is, you know, trying to achieve that. And believe me, it's very, you guys are very lucky that you have such support groups. And, you know, Irfan has, you know, done that from his end without any, you know, intention of, you know, it's a selfless intention. So I think you guys are in a very, very, you know, good position to, you know, get started. So all the best and good luck to everyone from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.